They can like see us. Okay.
Or do you want me to like walk in?
No, you don't have to.
Whatever's better for your hair.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know, it's whatever's like
watching
easier
you like
for you.
Sean doesn't do this right for you.
I'll get the points on it. Fine.
Hi, it's Shalanis, right?
Yeah.
Okay, hi, my name's Alexis, and I'll just be going over this intake process with you today. Did you find everything, the office okay?
Yeah, I mean, like, it was a bit of a maze, but I'm sure I kept.
Yeah, it can be a
Yeah.
little confusing. Okay. All right. So just to start, I just want to go over some confidentiality information. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So just a reminder, so I'm a graduate student here and I have a supervisor. And what that means is that basically everything we talk about is confidential. It stays in this room, but for training purposes, like I'll share information with my supervisor and we'll just go over it, but other than that, it just won't leave the room. Does that sound okay?
Okay, yeah, so just like you and your supervisor.
Yeah, it won't leave the clinic. So, today we're gonna be doing a lot of things, just talking about your son's Mark, right? Okay. And some people, so all the information that you're gonna give to me today is gonna help determine if our clinic is gonna be appropriate to meet your child's needs and the needs of your family. And I'll be meeting with the staff after to kind of go over if that's the case. And sort of the process will be just asking different questions about areas of his life, what's been going on, things like that. And so I'll be taking some notes. So if you see me writing, like I'm just making sure I get everything down that you say. Does that sound good so
Yeah,
far?
that's fine.
Okay.
Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. So what brings you here today?
Well, I mean, like, we're just incredibly frustrated. Mark has just been like, he's been like defiant and like mean. I don't know if it's right for me to say that about my kid, but like, he like refuses to come to dinner. He throws tantrums like in public, like at the store. If I'm not giving him what he wants, he'll just like yell, scream, sometimes throw himself like on the floor. Like he refuses to get out of his video games, just like constantly. That's like pretty much the only time he's calm, except if he loses, which is like a whole other thing. He like screams, he yells all the time. He's just like, it seemed bad when it first started, but it's like he's becoming more and more aggressive as time goes on. And I'm like, I don't know how much more I could handle at this point.
That sounds really stressful for you.
Especially with like his younger sister who's 10.
Okay. What does the aggressive behavior look like?
So like he'll throw things, he'll get in people's faces and like yell really close to their face. He'll like stomp, like he'll like use his body a lot, just like yell, scream, stomp, throw things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Is this just with people at home?
No, like it seems like this is going like in school. I've been getting some reports of him like getting into fights, which like has been a problem, but like it's really just like getting worse now.
Right. Okay.
Even
So
like to teachers.
even to teachers, what sort of things have been happening with his teachers at school?
So like there's a lot of defiance that's been coming up with him like refusing to do things unless like he wants to do that.
Okay. A lot of resistance.
So very argumentative to teachers. Like basically doing what he wants, whether that aligns with what needs to be done or not.
Okay, I understand. And you also mentioned that he's very calm when he's playing his video games. Like, what other areas would you say he's most calm?
So like he's not even so calm, but like relatively
Okay.
calm. At least like he's not in in other people's faces. But
Okay.
trying to think. It's pretty much just the video games.
Okay, just the video games.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and so I just want to go over like all the symptoms that and the things that you mentioned. So there's a lot of aggressive behaviors. There's a lot of like the tantrums. Would you say that I know that you mentioned on the questionnaire that you filled out before. Could you tell me a little bit more about like the irritability?
Yeah, I mean, like, he just seems like he's angry all the
Okay.
time. Um, Even going back to like when he was younger,
Okay.
like he was always like a hard baby to soothe. He cried a lot, and like he
Okay.
wouldn't calm down easily. He like seemed harder than most of my friends' kids. Um, and he's been, yeah, I'm saying this because the therapy room and like
Yeah,
nothing's
safe
leaving, but like
space.
he's been a hard kid,
Yeah.
like always. But these are just like it's getting out of hand, you know.
And so you're kind of looking for some help on how to address how to best help him.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And what are some specific areas that you think would be helpful for us to address with Mark?
Um, well, I don't know like what can be done at this point, but yeah, just like help him be safe. Like,
Okay,
I guess other things could come with time, like friendships, relationships, which is also important academics, but like we just want him to like be a safe person and like I think also like learning to cooperate is important because like I guess once like I don't know if it can be done at the same time, but like once safety is kind of taken care of, like learning to like work within a classroom, work at home, like working with other people and just not getting mad at them.
okay,
Because it seems like he gets mad like around other people, like going back to video games, like I remember you asked like what else, you know, and I'm thinking like really it's any time that like no one's around him because he seems bothered by other people.
okay. So like, would you say that he has a hard time, like he's kind of isolated, he doesn't like to be around other people?
I mean, like I can't tell like if he likes being around other people or not,
Okay.
but other people when he's around other people, he seems very irritable.
So that's when all you seem to notice
Yeah.
all these problems. Okay. So you would like, so you want to help address safety. So could you tell me a little bit more about what safety looks like what, like a recent time maybe that you felt that he was unsafe or
Yeah.
unsafe behavior?
Yeah, actually happened pretty recently.
Okay.
He was playing video games. We told him to stop, and he just like completely lost it and like snuck out. And it was late at night. Just like snuck out of the house.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
and then it was like once we got him back, it was like impossible to get him to calm down. He locked himself in his room for hours, and like we thought he had fallen asleep after a while, but when like my husband went to check on him, he was gone. And then that's when he like left the house.
Okay.
Right? So that and he was gone pretty much the whole night.
And how did that feel? It must have been so
It was
stressful. And
terrifying. And like even once he came back, like early the next morning,
so all night he was
he
gone.
was gone. Like, and we had no idea where he went. But we couldn't even talk to him about it because we were afraid that he would get mad at us and then lash out.
Yeah, that must be really difficult. All these things have been happening and all you want to do is help, but it's hard to communicate with him.
And we can't.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's definitely something we can explore today as well. And when I, see him later during the session, okay? So, um, is this the first time he's left the house or has there been any other times you've experienced this?
This is like the first time he did something so drastic.
Okay.
Like he never like left. Like that's pretty crazy. Like leaving for an entire night.
Yeah, Rami, he's 12, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like pretty scary. I don't know what he's up to. I know what other people on the street are up to at that time.
Okay.
But yeah.
And all of the things that we mentioned earlier, you would say that like you experienced this with him, like from a scale of 1 to 10, like 10 being like every day, and then 1 being like, like rarely, like how often would you say that you experience these
Say
things?
like a 10, like it's like all the
Okay,
time.
wow, okay. So on like the high, like really high scale.
A couple times a day at least, you know.
Okay. And you sort of mentioned this a little bit earlier, but how has his behavior been impacting your family's life and Mark's life?
In terms of like, you know, his life, I'm trying to think. Um, he has a friend.
Okay.
Right now he has one friend. They play video games together, but like,
Online.
no, he like comes over to our house.
Okay.
But I don't know what kind of friendship it is because like Mark just bosses this friend around.
Mhm.
So I think friend is like a bit of a stretch.
Okay.
He's not like in any social groups because we're afraid that he'll act out and like we can't really have other people over, like our own friends or like our like friends' kids over because we don't know how he'll act. Like he's aggressive to everyone. It's not only people that he knows. So we can't take responsibility for other people. So like we're having a hard time like with our friendships also.
Yeah.
Because,
What does that aggression look like with other people?
like with other adults, he'll like I would say even border on like annoying and like
Okay.
he'll argue with them to a degree that's like unacceptable. Like it's not typical for like a kid that age to argue so much with adults. And kids, like he'll get up in their faces and like, yeah, we could like say nasty things to them.
Mhm.
Or like give them silent treatment, but like usually it's like more like aggressive than anything.
And he's been not responsive to like any corrective feedback.
No,
So completely unresponsive.
no, like
Okay.
he'll either run to from us, like either run to his room either before yelling at us or just
So just like locks himself away, basically.
yeah.
Yeah, that must be really hard because I mean, from what I can tell, you sound like you just want to figure out what's going on and help him.
I'm like almost at my wit's end.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to like
It's completely understandable. Yeah. So I know you said he's been acting out at school, being defiant towards his teachers, other classmates. Has this been affecting his grades at all? Like,
yeah, like he's a bright kid, so maybe it's like not to his benefit, but he doesn't have to study hard to like pass. But he's not applying himself, like he's not doing work, he's not studying, he's not like doing anything, putting any effort towards his schoolwork. So
okay.
like he's still passing. I don't know if that's like a good or a bad thing,
Mhm. And then you said like you can't have him involved in any sort of like clubs, social groups at school,
but no,
and
just
he shows no interest.
well, I don't know if he has interest or not, but like I can't take the chance or responsibility of him like being aggressive to other kids or even group leaders. Like I just, it's better to just not try.
Okay. Okay. And any like impact on like daily tasks like eating, sleeping?
Yeah. Like, I mean, I said this a little before, but he doesn't like come down to dinner anymore. And like, we gave up completely on like getting him to like stop playing video games to do his homework because that was just like a losing battle because we would just fight and he still wouldn't do his homework. So we're like, might as well keep the peace in the home.
Mhm.
Um, it's like also hard to like get him to come into the car when we need to go places and like, I mean, it sounds crazy, but like once he's in the car, I'm like afraid that he'll like jump out while it's moving.
So it's just easier to leave them
Just kind of
at
like leave him
home.
be, yeah, like, and sometimes that makes like my husband and I lose out on opportunities, but like,
Yeah, like on the one hand, you want him to come in the car and come with you to do things, but you're scared he's gonna do something reckless, like jump out of the car, and then, if you leave him at home, you don't know, like when he's alone, because he ran out the other day as well, so it's like kind of just kind of an impasse.
yeah,
Yeah,
it feels impossible.
yeah, well, I really understand, and I'm, glad that you're in here talking about this, and we'll, hopefully be able to help with this situation. Thanks. Yeah. Was there anything major that occurred like right before this happened, or like you said, you just that he's always kind of been this way?
Yeah, like ever since he was a little kid. This is so. It just now feels like I can't deal with this anymore.
Okay. And have there been any strategies that you and your husband or your family have tried to sort of deal with his behavior?
Like he seems to like become a little happier when we buy him like that latest video game that he wants. Like we feel like we tried anything, like we tried everything, like we're just not sure what to do. Like, we don't spank him, we send him to his room and like doesn't really seem to care, doesn't seem to bother him. It just goes.
So you don't feel like consequences have any effect on him? Okay. Um. Okay. And then, do you have any other concerns that we haven't already discussed so far?
Not really. I think this is like basically it.
Okay. And on just a little bit of a different note, since I'll be seeing Mark later, I just want to learn about like any sort of experiences that or any like any religious groups, cultural, racial groups that are important to his life that might help guide future sessions.
Really, like I said, we can't really have him as part of groups. The family's not really religious, so I mean, like I think like the groups that he would be a part of would be like his clubs at school or like any extracurriculars, but it's not really an option right now. So
Okay. Does he feel that way as well?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
And I know you said recently that kind of like the major event that happened was him running out of the house. Was that the decision that led you to seek therapy for him now?
Yeah, like that was kind of like the last straw.
Okay.
Like, and this like sending him here for therapy seemed like a last ditch attempt. Like we were even looking into like residential treatment, which was like,
yeah.
it felt like the only option, and like we're just trying to keep that as like an absolute last resort because we
It's a
can't
very big
imagine-
decision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can't imagine like second it there. That's why like we're trying this and hopefully this.
Okay, so just to go over before we go on to some other questions. So, you're kind of dealing with Mark, and he's, he can become physical, he's defiant, refusing to cooperate at school and at home, even instances of throwing things, yelling in people's faces, throwing tantrums, things like that. Is that all the things that cover everything?
Pretty good summary.
Okay, all right. Okay, so the next set of questions are part of our protocol here at the clinic. Some of these questions might be uncomfortable, but please just answer to the best of your knowledge, okay? So has Mark ever mentioned thoughts about being dead or what it would be like to be dead?
No, I think once he says something like, "Oh, you don't care about me," like if I wasn't here, I think he like wants.
Okay, was this recent, like in the past month or so?
No, it was like a while ago.
Okay.
It was.
Okay. And that's the only time he's ever mentioned?
Yeah.
Okay. Has Mark ever mentioned any thoughts about doing something to make himself not alive anymore?
No.
And never in his lifetime?
Mm.
Okay. Has Mark ever done anything, to hurt himself on purpose?
No.
And never in his lifetime? Okay. And I know you kind of answered this already, but has he ever engaged in any, like to best of your knowledge, any self-harm behaviors that which could be cutting or burning without the intent to kill himself?
No.
Thanks for answering all those. I'm going to bring up some tough feelings. Has Mark ever had any thoughts about wanting to seriously hurt or kill another person? Um, have you, Mark or anyone close to Mark ever felt that Mark was engaging in behaviors that were dangerous or risky? I guess aside from leaving the house.
Yeah, that's the only one I could think of, like with him.
And that has only happened the one time.
Mhm.
And the thing that set him off was, I think you said it was taking away the video game.
Yeah,
Okay,
we were like arguing over like him using video games too.
okay. And do you think you might have a sense of what Mark was feeling before deciding to leave the house?
I'm thinking like maybe he wants our attention or like
Okay.
he wants something that he can't have. Maybe like it's possible, like sometimes it seems like he's tired, so like maybe he's just not getting enough sleep, but I don't know if he would be acting so like with such big behaviors.
Okay. And
Yeah, just sorry, it just feels
yeah,
like he's
don't be
gonna
sorry.
explode. We're on eggshells, like
yeah, that
all
must,
the time.
it must be hard at home to
Yeah.
kind of just relax in your own house.
No, like there's
On
none
home.
of that. Yeah.
Okay. And what, I meant to ask this earlier, but what happened when he came home? Like what was his behavior like?
Like, I mean, he just kind of gave silent treatment for a bit, and
Okay.
we just like we were afraid to talk to him about it. Like I said, because like we were just afraid that we would make things so much worse. So we
Okay.
just like we never spoke about it actually.
Okay, so it was never brought up.
No,
Has he alluded to it at all?
no, it's like it never happened. Almost.
Okay.
Except that it did.
Yeah, that must be frustrating. You probably want answers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like where were you?
Mhm.
What
did you do?
why?
Yeah.
Why did
Yeah. And does Mark have access to any weapons in your home or in any environment in which you might spend time?
I mean, we have like kitchen utensils.
So
I
like,
wouldn't-
like knives?
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're like weapons, but they could be.
Do you think he would ever resort to using those on himself or anyone?
I don't think so, but also I never thought things would get so out of hand, so I can't say.
To your knowledge, has Mark ever drank or used any sort of substance?
No, I'm thinking it's like
Some of the next questions also might be difficult for you to talk about, but it is important that I ask you these questions as well. These could be things that could have caused Mark to become frightened or have made them feel incapable of stopping a certain situation. Some examples could be like a major disaster, a serious accident, things like that, okay? So to the best of your knowledge, has anything really terrible or upsetting happened to Mark?
the only thing I could think of is that like we were in a car accident when he was 5, but everyone was okay.
Okay. And who all was in the car?
It was my husband and I, Mark and his sister,
Okay.
but like I said, like there were some scratches, but like we didn't really go to the hospital, like it was fine.
Okay. And kind of how was that experience for you after as a family?
I mean, I'm probably more like aware on the road. Like it was another car like swerved, so like, it wasn't even like a terrible accident. Everyone's going like pretty slow.
Okay.
So maybe like, I don't know, 30 miles an hour. So like, it wasn't such a bad accident, but it was just very like, it shook us up a bit.
And how do you think this could have impacted Mark in any way?
Um, like I would say, I don't think he realized what
Okay.
happened
Yeah.
because he didn't even get hurt. Like he was in
Okay.
a car seat,
Mhm.
like a booster, whatever. So yeah, he like maybe got shaken around a bit, but like I don't think like he even like registered.
Okay. Well, regardless of the injuries, I am, any sort of possible accident in the car is can be scary. Yeah. Has Mark ever suffered a serious loss?
No.
Okay. Has anyone ever touched Mark in an inappropriate way? Has anyone ever hit Mark in a way that left marks on his body?
No.
Okay. And did you notice any changes about Mark's behavior after the incident where he left the house, or was it, would say still the same?
I would say like it was the same.
Okay. Okay. Do you feel like you would like me to address that situation in therapy with him?
Like if it comes up, sure, but I don't think it's necessary. I personally don't think it's necessary to like go into it. Like he never brought it up. It was never really brought up.
Right, but also about the leaving the house.
Oh, um, I don't like he might hate you. So I don't know.
Okay, all right, I'll keep that in mind. Is Mark currently receiving any other mental health services?
No.
Has he ever received mental health services in the past?
No.
Okay. And has he ever received any psychiatric diagnosis?
No.
And just to, kind of segue into like his medical history, like development, I know you wrote on the questionnaire that during the pregnancy that there was a complication with the cord wrapped around his neck. Could you tell me a little bit more about that?
So it was just like even the doc said it wasn't a big deal.
Okay.
Like cords wrapped around neck, they did whatever they did and they said like right away that he was fine and like, it's all good. So
Okay, did he ever lose any oxygen?
like they didn't tell, like they said that everything was good.
Okay,
So I hope that,
okay, and anything else like relevant in his medical history that you feel is important?
so like he doesn't have any allergies or medical conditions, but his pediatrician thought Ritalin might
Okay.
help, but like we haven't tried anything. So he's not on any medication.
Okay, um, okay, and like Ritalin is like an ADHD medication, like have you noticed any symptoms with his like attention, focus?
He seems focused when he does things that he wants to do.
Okay,
Um, I don't think it's that he can't, I think he just doesn't want to.
okay, so it's a matter of choice.
That's what we feel,
Okay,
cause he's done these things in the past.
okay. Okay. Okay, so for the next set of questions, I want to ask you about how things are going for Mark at school, kind of more in depth, and any sort of friendships and relationships. And I'll gather a brief overview of that from you, and then Mark will have the opportunity to discuss this more in depth later. Okay. So who lives at home with Mark? So it's you, his father, and his sister, correct?
Yeah,
Okay,
he like can't have anyone else care for him.
okay. Has there been any significant changes to the home environment recently?
Yeah, I lost my job recently. Like I was working a part-time job, but I just lost it. So now I'm home like obviously much more. And I think because of that, there's a lot of like more stress because like my husband and I are fighting more because of Mark. And like, I mean, we think it's because of Mark. Like we don't really have any chill time at home because when he's home, it's like so stressful that we just end up fighting. So.
Do you find that you're able to relax during the day when they're at school?
Um, Not really. I'm like taking care of like all the shit everyone loves everywhere.
Um, and was losing, how did losing your job, how was that experience for you and the family?
I mean, it's like a big change. I've never not worked. Like, yeah, it was a part-time job, but it was still something that I had for myself. So it's like it's been rough. I know it's been rough on me, and like maybe that's why we've been fighting more. Maybe that's why I'm more frustrated. But like, I don't think so.
Okay, so you feel like there's a lot more, it's kind of created a little bit more tension with the other family members?
Yeah.
Okay. And, has this impacted Mark specifically? Like, do you know if this has been or having an effect on him?
He didn't say thing.
And is there anything related to your family that would be important for us to discuss in therapy?
Maybe just like maybe if like Mark's talking to you, he'll be more open about like how he feels about his parents and his sister and like does he I don't know.
Would it be helpful for you, it'd be helpful for you to know sort of how he feels about your family and his relationships?
Not want to be at home? Is that why he's running away? Or is he running away for like
or something else going on?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you tell me a little bit more about his relationship with his sister?
They like used it would like I think we used to think that they would like fight as siblings fight, right?
Right.
But now it just seems like even she like makes him so mad all the time. Like they can never have a conversation. They can't play a game together. It's just like if it's not his way, basically, then like you just can't.
Does he try to play with her and talk to her?
I mean, it's kind of like with his friend who comes over, like it has to be the game that he wants.
Okay.
And it has to be his rules and it has to be what he thinks is right, or else it's like there's nothing.
There's no point. Okay. Could you tell me how kind of, I know we talked a lot about his struggles in school, but I'd love for you to tell me any sort of like strengths you feel he might have in school.
Oh. I haven't talked about
yeah.
or thought about them. He does pretty well in math. He likes his math teacher. So far he's been showing up to school.
Okay. And do you drive him to school?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
So, like, but then again, like, once he's there, it's anyone's best guess if he stays there, but it seems so far that he has.
Okay. And is there any trouble getting him to go to school?
Yeah, that's like a whole thing every morning.
Like would you say like you're late sometimes? Like it disrupts your.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to start leaving like with enough time for fights.
Okay.
So like we're getting there like just a couple minutes late, but yeah.
Okay. And any sort of have you to your knowledge, like have they kind of told you any behaviors in the classroom?
Yeah.
Okay, could you tell me some more about that?
I think it's like because he's like argumentative, right? He's like argumentative with his teachers and his classmates, and like he's not really doing work. And he'll also kind of drag his feet, like he'll come late to things.
He's like to classes?
Classes,
Okay.
yeah. He especially hates history and gym this year, so those classes he'll come like super late.
Why do you think he hates those classes? What do you imagine he does during recess or any breaks?
I honestly like, I kind of wish I knew.
Okay.
Yeah, I can imagine him like choosing a game he likes and trying to like boss people around,
Okay.
or just like trying to do something by himself.
Okay. But so you feel like it would be helpful to kind of you just it seems like you want to know more about what he does when he's not around you, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Wish
like,
you knew more about his like daily life.
kind of.
Okay.
I mean, even before that, like that could kind of come last. It's more just like helping him
Okay.
be normal and
Okay.
functional.
And are there any problems or concerns about school that you haven't mentioned that would be helpful to address in therapy?
Like I said, like in the same way about his work, like with homework, he seems to like fake it. So, like either he's faking his way through it or he's doing it in school because we never see him do it at home.
Okay.
And again, like he's not really like studying or doing work, he's not applying himself. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know anything about his relationships with his teacher?
I know he likes his math teacher, so he
Okay.
gets along with her. He doesn't like history. He doesn't get along with his history teacher.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
How do you feel Mark's social skills are compared to other people his age?
Um, Compared to other kids his age, he's just like, I think he's more defiant, more argumentative. Like, I think because of that, like, I think that's why he doesn't have a lot of friends. So like, I don't think he has like opportunity to like learn appropriate social skills because he's not really hanging around other people.
Okay.
Yeah. And like, I'm sure other students are saying things at this point, like 12-year-olds are, you know, they're not gonna take it always when someone's nasty. So I'm sure people are teasing it for it.
Okay, so you feel like there might be some concerns about him being teased at school?
Yeah.
Okay. What makes you think that?
I think it's just because like he acts this way, like gets on people's faces. I think kids are like sick of it.
Okay. And what about the opposite? Do you feel like he might be demonstrating any sort of teasing behaviors to other children?
I don't know, like I wouldn't call it teasing. I would call it just like he's just so focused on doing what he wants. Like teasing would mean he has to like consider another person
Okay.
almost, you know.
So you feel like he's more focused on himself.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you hope Mark gains from therapy?
I hope that he learns to control his temper
Okay.
because he has a lot of trouble with that. He like he even hit his sister with a stick. Like we're afraid for her safety also. So like for him to be like a functional person, but also like we have other people to consider.
Okay. Tell me a little bit more about that. What about him getting physical with his sister?
Like it didn't even seem like any big fight happened or anything. It was just like a small argument, but suddenly like it was outside and they just like whipped out a stick he found and like just hit her with it. Thank God like she didn't get her.
Was she okay?
Yeah, she was fine,
Okay.
but like if you could do that, like what else? understanding too.
Yeah, that must be, I guess, troubling to see that behavior towards the sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and anything else you hope for him to gain from therapy?
Yeah, like, we also want him to like learn to speak respectfully to us
Okay.
and like follow the household rules. Also like to learn to be more social with others, especially his sister.
Okay,
And we're just like, we're concerned that his behavior is gonna get worse as time goes on, so like,
okay. Do you think Mark cares about gaining anything from therapy?
I think like he won't see the point, he'll probably just want you to leave him alone and
Okay.
not tell you about such.
Okay. Okay, so our clinic also, does our best to match our clients with clinicians who we think they would feel most comfortable working with. Do you have any special requests for Mark?
No, I think like just somebody who could help him would be
Okay,
great.
okay. Okay, so far, before I meet with him, it seems like, well, his safety is the utmost concern and safety of other people around him. You also want to work on more cooperative skills, learn to be more cooperative with the house, learn to control temper, more social skills, and speaking respectfully. So those can all be things that we can address. So is there anything you don't want me to discuss with him that we've already talked about?
I think like maybe like be careful that nothing comes out as like accusing,
Okay,
but besides for that, I can.
do you feel like he reacts poorly to accusing him of things?
He's like hypersensitive to it, so
Okay.
like it could be you won't be accusing him, you'll just could say, oh, like, I don't know. I give the example of him running away from home, like I would be careful about bringing that up and how you do it, because like you might just think that you're out to get him
Okay,
and just might make him more annoyed at you.
okay. Well, you know him best, so all this information is helpful. Is there anything else you want to go over with me before we have Mark come in?
No.
Okay. Well, I just want to acknowledge that, it's great that you came in to talk today, and we will try to get some more information from Mark. And I know this has been a really stressful time for you and your family, and looking forward to getting to know Mark a little bit better.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Yeah,
I feel
of
like this was
course.
like my therapy session. Like it helps.
Yes.
Maybe I should go to therapy.
All right, well, it was very nice to meet you,
Thank you
and
so much.
you can bring Mark in when he's ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's Mark, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Mark, I'm Alexis.
Cool.
Okay. So I know I just met with your mom, but I just want to reiterate that, I'm here to get to know you, and what we talk about in here will stay between us, and it'll be only told to your mom with your permission. Okay, does that sound okay?
Mhm.
Okay, so I just kind of want to talk to you today, if you want someone to talk to, or if something's been bothering you and maybe why you think you might be here today. So I'm gonna ask some questions, and if you could answer them as best as you can, that would be great.
Mhm.
Do you have any questions for me before we start?
So like when we talk, you're gonna like then like bring my mom in and talk to her about the things that we talk about.
Only with your permission,
Okay.
okay?
Yeah.
This is a safe space, and I want to get to know you, okay? Does that sound okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Okay, Mark, so I just want to get to a little bit know more about you. So it's like, what do you like to do in your free time?
Like the games,
Play video games? What's your favorite video game?
probably Call of Duty.
Just Call of Duty?
Yeah, that's my thing.
What's your
Really good
thing?
at, yeah.
Okay. Do you play with other people?
I have a friend who I play with.
Okay.
He's like decent, I would say.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's fun to beat him.
yeah,
Yeah,
like he's not as good as me, so, like, but it's fun.
okay.
I mean, sometimes it gets annoying, because I'm like, why can't you just do better?
So you want like the competition?
Yeah, like as time goes on, I'm like,
Okay,
if I know I'm gonna win,
then what's the point?
it's like a yawn fest, you know?
Yeah. Do you play online with other people?
Sometimes, yeah, random people.
Are they
Never-
better?
Some of them are really good, I
Okay.
think, because they're like older than me, probably. So like,
It's a good challenge.
yeah, then it like feels better.
Do they beat you sometimes?
Sometimes,
Okay.
but not,
Okay.
because I'm just really good.
You're really good. So then like when you lose, like does that just suck?
Yeah,
Okay. Um, so you like really like video games, you like the competition, you like to win.
yeah.
Is there anything else you think you feel like you're really good at? Things also that you might enjoy?
I think I'm good at like math.
Okay. Why do you like math?
I'm good at it.
Okay. So like, is it also challenging, like Call of Duty?
Sometimes.
Is there anything you feel like you're not good at?
Probably.
I just don't know, yeah. Okay. It's cool too. So did your mom tell you anything about why you're here today?
No,
Not at all.
no. I mean, like, she's like stressed.
Okay. Do you think you know why?
No, like, and like she's been stressed, but I don't know what that has to do with me.
Okay. So you feel like your mom being stressed like has nothing to do with you at all? Okay. Well, I would like to get a better understanding of like what you think might be going on from your point of view. So, like, what do you think about your mom's stress?
I think she's just like, I don't know. She has stuff probably. So like she's probably stressed about her life.
Okay. What do you think she might be stressed about, like in her life specifically? I don't know.
Not with my business.
Is there anything in your life that you're stressed about?
No.
Okay. So nothing in your life is stressful.
No, I would say like annoying.
Okay, what are some things that are annoying?
Like everyone.
Okay. Who?
I mean everyone. Like when in school, like my teachers are annoying.
How do they annoy you?
They're just like, why are you telling me what to do? Or like kids are annoying. They're just stupid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're frustrated, like, that they're stupid?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How are they stupid?
Oh no, they're just dumb. Like they're just annoying.
Okay. Do you talk to any of them besides that one friend that you play video games with?
Not really. I mean, like sometimes I no.
Okay. What about your math teacher? Are they annoying?
She's not so annoying. She's like a little annoying, but like not as much as everyone else.
Okay. Anything else that has been annoying you or is annoying?
I mean, like, this is
Okay.
like just stop talking. You know what I'm saying?
Just like leave me
Yeah,
alone.
go
Okay. Does she normally leave you alone?
I mean, like, not really. Like, then like I tell her a lot of times to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Then I guess she will. Yeah.
How do you feel when she doesn't leave you alone?
Annoying.
Okay. Okay.
My dad's always telling me what to do.
Okay.
And do homework, do this, do that, like,
So you just like hate being told what to do.
just like, yeah, it's really annoying.
Okay. Do you ever think like there might be a reason they're telling you to do things?
No, I think they just like telling people what to do, especially kids.
Like there's just like no reason for it.
No.
Okay, so far I just, you just kind of have described things that have been annoying you. What other feelings do you think you might have been feeling recently besides like just annoyed with everybody?
I mean, like, I don't know if it's the same thing, but like, I feel like angry at
Okay.
people, probably because they're annoying.
How often do you think you feel angry? Like on a scale of 1 to 10?
Like all the time.
All the time? Okay. What sort of things make you angry besides people telling you what to do?
When people have like dumb ideas and like want to do that, and I like obviously like I have a better idea, so we should just do what I want to do, but then they don't do what I wanted to do.
And that makes you like really mad.
Yeah.
Okay. And when people don't want to do what you want to do you feel like this affects you in any way, like at school or at home?
What do you mean?
Like when someone doesn't want to do what you want to do you like what happens?
Well, I usually tell them to do my thing.
Okay. Do they do it normally?
Well, usually like my friend who plays video games, like he will, because that makes sense, you know.
What about your parents?
No, my parents just like do what they want to do.
So like you, they kind of do what they want to do as well.
Yeah, but like it's different.
Okay. How is it different?
It's just like just leave me alone. Just don't have what to do. You know.
Okay. So do you feel like you don't want to be around them?
When they tell me what to do, no.
Okay. But then when they don't tell you what to do, you like it's cool to be around them.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, okay. And then like have you always felt this way? Like your ideas are better? Okay.
Yeah, it's truth. So
Okay. And have you like is this the first like recently is this the first time that you've felt angry?
you mean like today?
Sure. Okay. So when's the first time you think you started getting like really annoyed and angry with other people?
Like I think I used to be more annoyed. Now I'm just like so frustrated that I'm like angry. You know.
Okay.
Like it's enough is enough.
Okay. So you're just like done.
So done.
Okay. And like when you say you're done, like what does that mean?
Like I'm like I can't put up with this.
Okay.
You know.
It's like what do you do when you can't put up with things?
I usually try to tell people to like I usually try to tell people like my idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they don't do it, I just get mad. So I just yell at them. Sometimes it works, but no.
So sometimes you yell when you're angry,
Yeah. Or I walk away.
walk away,
But usually I don't, because
like go to your room sometimes.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like I'll go to my room if my parents are being really annoying.
And just like don't listen to them at all. Just stay in your room.
No, like I went to my room to not listen to you.
Right, exactly.
You know?
Right. Okay. Besides, being angry, being annoyed with everybody, is there anything else that you want to talk about with me?
No, I mean, like, I don't know why I'm here, I'm just like, I'm just answering your questions, but like, nothing I really wanna talk about.
Okay. Okay. All right, so all this information is really helpful for me to have, and maybe like in our next time we meet, if, you know, you keep coming, we'll talk more about, you know, these angry feelings, and, so I guess we'll go back out with your mom, and, yeah, is there anything else you wanna talk about, or anything you don't want me to tell your mom about?
I mean, I was, I don't think I would want her to know what we talk about,
Okay, all right. Great,
cause
sounds
probably
good.
tell me what to do.
Okay, right, you don't want her to know. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for talking to me today, Mark. It was nice to meet you.
Okay, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, bye. Your mom should be right outside. Yeah. I thought that was long enough.